Oh, good evening, everyone. Good morning, sorry. Good evening for us. Good morning for you.
Hello. I hope everyone can hear us clearly. I mean, it seems yes.
Cool. I think we unmute everyone. Wrong button.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Non, ils ont mis tout sur du son pour que tout le monde puisse dire.
I did a wrong one. So I wanted to mute everyone. Now I unmuted everyone. Here we go. Chaos. We can put chaos. Yes. How does it get any better than this? All right.
Cool. So the topic for today is Miraculous Healing as part of your Acoustical Body class.
So what is this? That's a good question.
Cool. So what is so there is this thing, if you really look around in the world, if you check history or you read like religious text, you see that in many places you can see examples where people were doing miraculous healing, and people are always asking like, okay, because they were chosen, or okay, because a saint were touching them, or okay, because their father was God, or maybe their wife was goddess, or whatever,
or something else.
or they born to do this. That's why this whole thing.
It's meant to be.
Yeah, of course, it's meant to be. And I cannot do it because I'm not equal. I'm not the son of God. I'm not born to this. So even a flu will take 7 days for me. So, okay. So what else is possible here? What are you choosing? So, if you know me, maybe you know that I'm not the son of God, or maybe you know that bad news for Sheila, because she's also not a goddess. I mean, to me, yes, but she's not a healing goddess. All right, to me, yes. So the thing is, and we are not gods, but there is one thing that is so powerful, that is choice. And if you choose something, it shows up. So what can you really choose? Like a year and a half ago, I was really fascinated by this thing, that there is such thing called like miraculous healings in the world. There are people who practice it on a daily basis, like hundreds or thousands of people are coming to them for healing. And it's not fake, it really happens. So the question is that what are you choosing? And what happened, that I was choosing like a year and a half ago, okay, I really would like to know what's behind this. How does it work? Like,
universe, show me.
Yeah. So I was asking, universe, please show me. And I had no idea what will happen. And then like clients started to come. All right, that's cool. And I didn't know that what will happen. Like it was not something new that a client coming. But what happened, that they had all types of different things, and the sessions went really quick, really fast, and really healing happened miraculously. So it happened very quickly, and I was so excited and I was so amazed, and it was totally unexpected to me, and it was unexpected to them. Like there was a guy who had a frozen shoulder on the shoulders, and the doctors told that they have to cut through all the muscles and
do some surgeries, and he didn't want it.
And of course they said there is no 100% success for this surgery, so they will do it. They are happy to do it, but don't expect anything good after this. So, and I had no idea what to do, so I was really open to receive all the information that's possible here. And within like 2 minutes, it just disappeared, the pain. So like he showed me like he was unable to pull up the arms to this height. That was the maximum, not like this. That was the maximum. And then, all right, so what should we do now? And the information came, just take it and give it to someone else. So there was a lady who was happy to be part of this. So it was a big example of who does this belong to.
Yeah.
So the lady touched his hands.
Okay, now I hand it over. And after a guy, yay!
So the guy
within a minute.
He was able to put up the arms, move the arms all the directions, no pain, and wow, what happened? It's amazing. I can't believe that. And also the lady didn't have the pain, but she started to have the information of what happened to the guy.
What is this?
Like how it was all created for the guy. And it was so amazing. Like he started to talk about that there was some big
the 9/11.
Yeah, so the lady had a sense of a lot of people died, and there was some big trouble or like an attack or something like that. And then the guy said, oh yes, like 15 or 16 years ago, when the 9/11 was, he was doing a 4-hour meditation, like offering help for all the souls, all the beings who died in that. And he was so committed to it. And this was sort of like a burden that showed up like 15, 16 years later. But of course, he had a story. He had a story that he was working in a factory, and he had to lift up like 300 heavy boxes, like 30 kg boxes, to the top shelf. So it was the same movement like 300 times. So his story was this. This is why I have this injury. But it was just something that he was able to use to keep maintaining this, or that was the thing that really activated the story for him. And when he realized that it was just his choice and everything, that he just cleared it. But the thing is, it all disappeared before that. It disappeared, the pain, when he handed over to the lady. So how many times you take over pain from others? How many times you have something in the body that doesn't belong to you? How many times you function from feelings, thoughts, and emotions that doesn't belong to you at all? Like there is this thing that, you can feel hungry. And if you ask the question, hey, buddy, are you truly hungry? And it's no. Okay. Who else I'm aware of? Or you feel that there is a pain somewhere in the body, or you have an itchy skin and you ask, when you connect to that part of the body and you ask the question, is this truly mine? And it just disappears. Or when you feel anger, or when you feel sadness, or you have depression, and you connect to these feelings, and you truly ask the question and stay connected to it and ask, is this truly mine? Or who does this belong to? And it just disappears. But usually people go to the doctor, to the psychiatric, or to someone to fix it. And they will give like medicine, or they say there is a surgery, or worst case they say, sorry, we can't help because there is no diagnosis yet for this kind of problem that you have. So really, what can you do? What else is possible if you function from the question, really, like who does this belong to? Or you just simply function from question with everything that shows up for you. What if you were starting your life today, and everything that you think, everything that you feel, everything that shows up in the body or in your thought patterns, you just ask the question, is this truly mine? What would your life be like? What change would it create for your life if you would start to function from question? If you wouldn't take anything for granted, but you say, okay, I had enough. Until now, there were so many things that didn't belong to me.
When will be, the point when you say, oh my gosh, I really had enough. I really want to change. Why would you like to wait until this, when it's really shit and very bad? You can start right now to change and create something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
and the amazing thing that, so I was choosing to to find out more about what is miraculous healing. So it was a choice. I was keep choosing it for days and for weeks and for months. And these people were coming, and each situation was different, and each situation was quite unique. And there was always a very quick and amazing healing. And it's really remarkable. But the thing is that I was willing to receive the information, to put together really, how does it work? What is really required for that, for something miraculous happen? And of course, there is one part, like, you know, if something is magic or miracle, why is that? It's just something that is beyond your capacity of receiving. For someone else, it's totally normal. It's like everyday life. For you, it's beyond your capacities. It's beyond what you could imagine possible for you. It's beyond your reality. It's like earning $1 million a day. Maybe it's miraculous for you, but there are people who do that. For them, it's normal.
Here is a question. What if I frequently ask who does this belong to, and using the access tools as well, even running facelift energies on my body, and the issue is still there?
So Gary says it's great to ask who does this belong to, but there are different versions of it because the mind can be tricky. So you can even ask, is this truly mine?
And even you can ask, okay, from 1 to 100, how much is mine?
Yeah, like we were using this technique with a lady who had a lower back pain, like lumbago or something. So,
yes,
she was having a shower, and it was very slippery.
She made the wrong step.
And because of the wrong, so she didn't fall down. She just made a wrong step, and because of that, the lower part of the spine, the vertebra, moved out, and from that moment she was
like
she was
a question mark.
Yeah, she was unable to walk straight.
Yeah,
and
she did lots of treatments because she's an acupuncturist, but it didn't work for her.
And also, people were working on her because we were on a class, and she just asked me like,
"Hey, Rocco, you can help me." Oh.
Okay.
Why me? Okay.
I had no idea what the hell to do. So my first thing was automatically, okay, give her a body process. But, well, we don't really have time for this now.
Because the class is starting within 5 minutes. Okay, let's do something quickly.
So, okay. And I didn't touch her, just asked the question, okay, from 1 to 100%, how much of that belongs to someone else? And she just said a number, like 40. And then, okay, return back to the sender, and it disappeared. Okay. And the pain went down. Cool. So how much of that belongs to you? And then just 20%. Okay. So how much of that belongs to Mother Earth? Because there is this thing, Mother Earth sometimes asking for our contribution. And the way it shows up, it's connecting to the body and asking you through this pain or symptoms. So you really need to ask the question, like, is this truly mine? Or does it belong to something else? And the something else is the Mother Earth. So if it's not someone else, but something else, then it's Mother Earth. You don't return it back to the sender, but you say, okay, thanks. Now I know you need my contribution. So you reach out to the whole universe and you pull in energy and you drop the energy to Mother Earth. You count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you do it until you have the sense of that pain or symptom.
Man schaltet sich Musik ein und dann stellt man das Ding dorthin und horcht die Musik und sitzt nicht die ganze Zeit davor.
Is it a question?
Is it a question?
Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. No.
Okay. All right. It can happen.
Sorry, I was talking to my kids because they're like so noisy. I can't hear anything. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay. No problem.
Okay.
Cool. So the funny thing is, and it's that things can belong to us, to someone else, and to something else. And even there is no such thing that belongs to you. So you may think, oh, it's partially belong to me, but if you keep asking, okay, how much of that belongs to someone else?
In different way, and you trick yourself, you will see nothing is yours.
Yeah. So, and just with these simple questions, within 5 minutes, she became aware of all her choices that she made, and which way she was creating that situation, and she was maintaining that pain in the lower back, and also the pain totally disappeared and never came back.
And she was straight, and oh wow!
Oh my God!
Oh
I can move, and it all goes well. Wow!
And we met with her a month later, and she was still good.
Yeah, she was happy and grateful, and yeah. So there are so many ways how this can show up, really, and we started to receive more and more and more and more information about what is that, what are the elements of miraculous healing. Like, there was a lady who was stung by a bee, and she came to a bar session. Like, we had a bar swap, and she said, unfortunately, I'm allergic to bees, so I can't move my arm. And her right arm was swollen up to the double size. And all right, okay, but would you like to do something with it? Oh yes, please. If you have any idea, please do it. Okay. And I was asking questions, and what came up that there was an implant that was creating this. Okay, it's an implant, cool. Is it past life? Yeah, cool. So I allowed my hands to go to the place where the body was asking for that. And imagine that it wasn't her arm. Like, automatically you would put your hands on the arm because that was the area of the problem. But no, somewhere else the body was asking for that. So I placed my hands there. So you know, the implants can be anywhere in the body. It doesn't have to be where the problem is. The energetic implant of what is creating the situation can be anywhere.
That's why really need to ask questions and don't make conclusion regarding, you know, what you learned. Okay, it's hurt here, I have to put my hands here. But what if the body requires somewhere else?
And you know, it's fascinating to know the story. So ask more questions, and what came that in a previous lifetime, you know, she died because of stung by bees, and you know, that was a past life.
And it was a
past life experience, and she made like a program or an implant that anytime when they come near to me or they stung me, the body has to have a different reaction to tell me it's really, really not good.
Remember, be careful.
Yeah, but
it's not relevant anymore in this lifetime.
And actually, it's not a contribution. But you know, we are infinite beings, and if you made a decision in one lifetime, it can last for all eternity. So you bring it to the next body, and then the next body, and then you will suffer from that situation from all eternity until you stop it. Of course, you can't stop it because you are an infinite being. So I was placing my hands on it and cleared this implant. And what happened that like 5 minutes later, she said, oh, it doesn't hurt anymore. It's still swollen up, but there is no pain, no symptoms. So I can use my hands. And she was able to give bars. And then the next morning, she sent us a text and said, oh, guess what? The right arm totally changed back to what it was before. It was totally normal. Usually it takes 1 week for her to change back, to heal from this or recover from this symptom. And now it was just one night, one evening. So really, what else is possible if you really treat the things where it has to be treated and how it has to be treated? Because all it requires is following the energy. Are you willing to follow the energy with all your clients, and not just with your clients, in your whole life? Like, what would your life be like if you were following the energy? What would your business be like if you were following the energy of what's required in your business? What would your relationship be like if you were following the energy of what's required in that relationship. And everything that doesn't allow you to know what is following the energy, will you destroy and uncreate all that?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And actually, what does miraculous healing mean? Is it really miraculous? Or miraculous for who? Because if we start to function from questions, it can be totally natural. Yeah. So when did you buy into the whole life is miraculous? And you can't change it. And you can't create it. And everything that brings up, will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah.
So, cool. So just a quick question. I mean, I see that there is a comment from Sartya. Is about, so what contribution is it to let someone else ask the questions? Because I'm asking questions for a long time now for a back intensity, and what is keeping me from changing this? So like, yeah, so this is her question. So the thing is, one of the point is, in order to receive information, we really need to give up all our points of view and all the past reference points. Here is one thing as so the same symptom can have more than 10 or 15 reasons. So it's not the symptom that will tell you what's wrong, but asking the questions will make you have the information to change it. Like, just because you have a back symptom today, it doesn't mean the same reason why you had it yesterday or before yesterday. So each and every situation, it can be something different.
So it's nothing wrong with you when
if you can't change it. The question is that, are you willing to look at it as the very first time? Like, look at it from a point of view, this is the first time it happens to me, what should I do with this? Like, so connecting to it and, all right, first, true, does it belong to me? So when we use this technique of asking first true, so it's like we don't ask someone else, but there is a really strong choice or decision or demand of, I choose to have the truth. I choose to have total access to what is this, and I choose to know what's going on here. I'm really choosing to know the truth for me. What is this? So truth, is this truly mine? Or truth, who does this belong to? Or truth, is there an entity? Or truth, does it belong to Mother Earth? Or truth, am I aware of someone else? Or truth, am I facilitating someone else? And the thing is, you will know what to ask when it comes up, because what you do is you lower the barriers and you choose to receive all the information that is there. Really, the willingness to receive all the information that is hidden, that is logged in the body, because there is everything. Nothing is hiding from you. Are you willing to receive it? What can be done to change this? And everything that doesn't allow it to have total ease and clarity, will you destroy and uncreate all that?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And what else is really possible beyond this reality? Really, what else is possible with your body beyond this reality? What can you create?
So there is another fascinating story. There was a guy who was like a martial arts teacher, and he had a story when he was like 14. He was climbing up a tree so high, and then he fell down and he broke his arm, his left arm. And And later on, he started to do martial arts, and he was a teacher, so he was protecting his body with the left arm. And he, from time to time, he had so much pain in the left arm. And he always said, oh, it's because I broke my arm. Oh, it's because I was using this to protect my body. And then one day, like, he came for a class, and for that class, we really needed his arms to use. Okay, so let's do something with this, because... And then all we did was a very, very simple thing. I asked him to connect to his arm and receive everything. Like, so, why would you receive something when it hurts? No, receive the information with no points of view.
Because if you have a comfortable distance with the pain and separate yourself, you can't change it.
And you don't have the information. You can't receive because you cut off your awareness.
But if you connect with that, it can be anything. It can be a pain, it can be a person, a situation, anything.
That disturbs you.
Yeah. So you can connect with that and you can start to receive. And you will have the information, you will have the ease, and even it's disappearing. The feeling, the pain, the symptom, the sensation.
So what happened with this guy, he started to have visions of past lives when he injured the arm, like in sword fights, someone cut off the arm. For another lifetime, he was tortured and someone tore out the arm from the body.
And always the left hand.
So he had a long history of injuries on the left arm in different ways, in different lifetimes. And when the vision came up for him, the huge energy started to shift throughout the whole left arm. So it was even tingling, and the pain started to totally disappear. And it was really, really tingling. And it's like when the energy is just moving up and down and clearing everything. And by the end, like, it took like 5 minutes, there was no pain and he was able to use the arms. And before that, he had like constant pain for the last 3 weeks. Imagine that if people could have been treated within 5 minutes around the world with everything, with all the shit they have, what would this world be like? Really?
What can you create with this?
What if we could somehow reach out everyone to get this information to everyone, allow people or invite people to consciousness and start using these tools? What world we would have? And miraculous healing, it's okay. It's not just healing. Funny thing was, there was a guy who told me that at the end of the street where he lives, there is a big factory, and they dump all the paint at the end of the road. There is a small bush, and they just, as rubbish, they put all the old paint there, the fluid. And he wanted to change it, like, what can I do with this? And what can I do? Like, and simple thing, just connect to it. What contribution can I be to this? And the company was doing this for years, and it was just more mess, and it was just disgusting and horrible. And this guy moved there and expected to have a nice life. And it was an expensive place at that time. And now every day when he was walking, he saw this horrible mess for a few years. And all right, he started to ask the question, connecting to this whole situation. Okay, what contribution can I be here? And the next week, the company came and cleared out the whole shit that they were not doing for years.
So what else is really possible?
If you're functioning from consciousness, if you follow the energy.
Yeah, and asking questions. What can you really, really change in the world and in your area and in your life? There is not such thing, it's something is too big and I'm too small for change this. That's not true. You can do that.
Everyone can do it. Like this guy was doing this, like I just taught him these two things, and he did it.
What do you really choose?
He was also not the son of God. I mean, I don't know anyone on earth today who is a son of God, who is a God who has a license to do this. Like, you can do it. Everyone can do it. We all can do it. We can do it alone. We don't have to march on the streets like 10,000 of us and say, now we are together, we are ready to change the world. You can change the world yourself alone.
What if you don't have to wait for anyone?
Yeah. And it's beautiful if we get together and if we do some really big change together.
That's great, yes.
Yeah, but you don't have to wait for others. If you are aware of there is some shit in the world, you can change it yourself. You can be the contribution to change that shit.
So what else is really possible now?
Are you willing to be the magic that you truly be?
Are you willing to be the virus of consciousness and infect everyone who is choosing it?
Infect those who are not choosing.
Yes.
Fuck up their life.
Ha ha! Yeah.
Really, what else is possible?
Here is a question. So I would like to get more clarity how to change the energy in my office when work is almost over and the assistants have the point of view they won't succeed in getting ready with everything that needs to be done, and especially they are resistant to do all the lab work the way it needs to be done.
So what disturbs me, that they leave work for me to do in the evening. What contribution and energy is required of me to change this?
So you have to work
instead of
them, right? Because they don't do their job.
Okay.
Yes.
So I think you may not like my response, but you can connect to the whole situation, the situation that they are doing, that everything that comes up when you think of this. So connecting to something is you think of it, you present with it, you present with what they are doing or what they are not doing. So this is connecting to it. So being present with the whole situation as it is, and ask the question, what else is possible? And you may need to ask it a couple of times.
Very simple, but very powerful question.
And asking the question with no points of view. So not like, what else is possible? Fuck you. What else?
Because, that's not working. It's not working like this.
It's like, because then you have a point of view.
Yeah.
So you may need to clear your points of view first, and then ask this question from the space of the infinite being that you truly be. Not from the space of the mad person that, and you are right, it's not right what they are doing.
But yeah, what it's really worth to clear all your points of view, all your judgment, all your feelings, thoughts, emotions, everything. And when you calm down and when you cleared out, you can go to the space where the infinite being is functioning, and you can ask the questions in that space. And it's a totally different energy, and it's totally different.
Because actually, when you ask the question, what else is possible, you are asking for a totally different reality. You are asking for a totally different combination of possibilities that creates more for everyone. So don't worry, no one will hurt.
And when you ask the what else is possible, you have to ask without any expectations and points of view. You really have to be open for all the possibilities.
So you may expect that they will do the work that they've never done.
But what if
there is another solution to this? And don't worry, the solution doesn't have to be that you will do the work. But there are really infinite ways of solving these infinite possibilities. So are you willing to receive really the infinite possibilities with no points of view about what outcome you want? You are just aware of something is shit, something doesn't work, and there is a greater combination of possibilities that's a contribution to everyone. A contribution to you, a contribution to them. It's not balancing out things. No, you can't balance out shit. Shit will stay shit if you balance it. It's putting it into a space, into a structure where it's a contribution.
Yeah, so every time when you try to make balance in your life, would you destroy and uncreate all of that? Because it's never working. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And every time when you both into, if something good's happening with you, after a while, something wrong has to happen with you because of the balance.
Yeah.
Would you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah. So, what else is possible now? Wow.
Cool. So, if you truly, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's another option. Yeah, other possibility.
So if you ask the question, and would it be a contribution if I fired them from the space of
not the fuck off space, but the infinite being space? And if it's a contribution,
just do it.
Yeah, do it.
Because it will be a contribution for them and for the whole company.
And it will create more for them as well.
Truly.
So that's how it works. When the energy is coming and when it's really contribution, let's do it. Even if you think it's not the good one, or you have to say no, or you have to fire someone, yes, do it, because that's the greatest contribution. And they will thank for you. Really, they will be thankful.
So the thing is, when you start to ask questions, the information starts to show up of what's required here. So as you say here in the comment, maybe it's required to explain them what's required from them, what do you expect and why will it work? Maybe they don't know. So if the information comes to you to do it, then do that. Or if you feel there is no point doing that because they are just not going to do it, then just do whatever it takes to change the situation. So the thing is, you will know what to do. But are you willing to do that? That's another important thing. Are you willing to do what comes into your reality, what comes into your awareness? Are you truly willing to do that? Because if you do it, it will change everything and it's a contribution. If you don't, then unfortunately it's not working. It's not going to change anything.
Great.
Oh yeah. You are resisting being a bad boss.
Are you
willing to be the worst boss
ever
on earth?
Yeah.
Are you willing to be the demanding bitch that you truly be?
The controlling worst boss bitch.
Yeah. Are you willing to be that down to your bone, the worst evil bitch boss you ever had on earth?
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds.
So what if you can be anything that's required in that very moment?
In that situation. Without any points of view.
Because we have a point of view about so many things in life and we are not willing to do that. Just because the point of view. But if we were choosing that, it would create our life a miraculous place. How many places we give up our life? How many places we give up our dreams because of someone else's stupid ideas or points of view about, oh, it's not possible.
Or how many times we didn't start the ideas and creating our life or our dreams because of others' points of view and judgment. And everything that brings up, would you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And how many times did you give up before you started to do something? And everything that is right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So what else is really possible beyond this reality? What can you create beyond this reality? Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry. Hi.
Hello.
So my question is, like in everything, it is okay for me to change things. Like I can look at how to change it. But when it comes to, there's a but when it comes to money, I am just like blank, like a question mark, and this like how there's a big how even keep me from asking a question, like for changing my financial financial things. So what can I ask in here?
Nothing.
It is like
Nothing.
that.
There is no questions here because you are doomed for all eternity. You have to live in a cave. You are not allowed to have fun. That's your life. Like just, they say in English, suck it up. It's okay. Because it's very simple. Not everyone have the chance to have a great life. And maybe for this lifetime, you don't have it.
And everything that brings up, would you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds.
So
yeah, I'm going to change it now.
I'm not sure you can. But if you are good enough in this lifetime, then someone, a high-level priest may will give a prayer for you, and then maybe next lifetime you will have more success. So everywhere we function from other people's reality, and everywhere we take other people as a source of our life and the source of our creation. We destroy and uncreate all that.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds.
What if you are the source of your creation? What if you are the source of your life? What would you do now if you would truly acknowledge that I am the source of my life? Like, no one can fucking stop me from creating the money that makes me happy.
And actually, do you have any promises, oaths, vows, fealties, communities to have no money because money is evil from a previous lifetime? And would you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds.
And how many lifetimes did you have money and used it in a wrong way? So this is a punishment for you to not have money because you would use it in a wrong way.
Or you had lots of money and people hated you, or took it away, and killed you because of this. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. Yeah.
Are you willing to receive all the richness and wealth?
Are you willing to be the rich bitch who you truly be? Yes. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds.
You know, wearing that red latex with, you know, high heels, Prada. Are you willing to be that? Are you willing to show all the money you have? Are you willing to change people's reality as being the richest bitch ever on earth? Everything that brings up you destroy and uncreate all that.
Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poke, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds.
You know who can stop you?
Only you. Only you.
What do you choose?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Amazing question.
And you know, this is just for you.
Obviously, no one else have money issues.
Yeah, no, that's just for you. So don't listen, everyone. Cool. All right.
Hi, Chila and Rocco. We have one more question in Czech chat.
Okay.
It's connected to health issue and how to get rid of some kind of metastasis in the body.
Uh-huh.
Takže
Cool. Yeah, that's the question. How to get rid of it? So the thing is, I can give you like, how they call it, like a recipe to follow. But is it about following the energy? If I give you a recipe, what is, like, what's the worst thing that can happen to you? I mean, to the person who's asking this, what's the worst thing that can happen to you? Because what happens with people when they are sick or when they have a really, really bad situation about, and it can be sickness, it can be about money, like losing their home or losing their job or losing the main income or losing a relationship, a partner, or losing your children. What can be the worst thing that could happen to you? Maybe you die. And then what happens? So what happens after that? If you had this, if you ever acknowledge that you are the source of your life, what would you choose now? So, what would you choose if you are the source of your life? What change would you create in your body or about your finances or in your relationship if you are the source of your life?
Yeah.
As I said, each situation is different. So a year ago, just one day I just called my mom, my parents, and my father just jumped on the phone and told me, hey, your mom has a cyst in her breast. Do something. Oh my God. What the fuck? What can I do? And my mom, you know,
no, don't tell him.
And she hung up. Cool. What can you do now?
Motherfucker.
You know, my father wants me to save my mother. My mother doesn't want me to help her. It's fair. It's okay. What can you do? So that was more than a year ago. And then, all right, I started to ask questions. It was clear that she's not willing to receive from me, and nothing happened, like no information came. And then a week later, I had a sense that, oh, my father is willing to receive from me, and my mother is willing to receive from my father. Good. Here is the information I needed. So there is this thing that we teach at the class is being a contribution. So I was choosing to be a contribution to my father with no expectations, with no points of view.
Yeah.
Just be a contribution.
Without knowing what it is.
Because the information came to me, just be a contribution to him. That's it. Okay. So without holding back anything from the space of the infinite being, from everything that I can be, I'm just choosing to be a contribution to my father. And he can do with it whatever he wants. It's up to him. And then a week later, they called me, or I called them, I don't know. And my father said, guess what?
You healed your mom.
Yeah, it disappeared.
It disappeared. No more cancer.
Yeah, it disappeared. Okay, yeah, I did that. Yeah, cool. He was not really considering that he did it, but
yeah.
Or we did it. Or she did it.
Yes, because it was her choice, actually.
Yeah. So, really, what else is possible? Each situation is different. Each situation is unique. Each client is unique. Each moment is unique.
And the change is up to them. What do they choose?
How much can they receive? Can they receive from you? Can they receive from you at that moment? In front of everyone?
And the thing is, you can be the contribution for yourself as well. Not just for others, but for yourself. Because you are as important as others, if not more than.
You are allowed to be a contribution.
And everything that brings up, would you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. Every time when you don't value yourself, would you destroy and uncreate all of that and return back to the sender? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. So when did you buy into, and what lies, whose lies, and how many lies did you buy into regarding that you are not worth anything? And you have to put yourself
last.
Yeah, last on the list. And before, you always have to help to others and always have to solve their problem. And after, you can come. And everything that brings up, would you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and poc, all nice shorts, boys and beyonds. Yes. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for joining us today. What's left for us is, yes, there is such thing called the Your Acoustical Body class.
Yes!
That exists. So
we will have another Europe tour
this
summer again. Yeah. And we are going to Netherlands, we are going to Belgium, we are going to Prague, we are going to Istanbul, Slovenia, Corsica. Where else? Hungary. Yeah, Vienna.
So many places.
What else is possible?
Yeah, what else is possible?
Yeah. So yeah, we can send out all of the information regarding the dates and the cities. And yeah, what else is possible? What do you choose? Yeah. Thank you so much for your presence and for the questions.
And your contribution, your energies.
Thank you.
So lovely to be together with so many amazing people. And what else can we create?
And what would it take to start value yourself right now? If you
function from the space of the infinite being that you truly be.
If you can acknowledge yourself, how amazing you are, really.
Because what change could you create in the world?
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now, unmute you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao a tutti.